Hey guys, this is Indian Tact again, and let's see what we have here. Looks like a state trooper. State trooper has pulled over someone, or if there's an accident, pulled over. I think this was, oh, of course, yes. So the state trooper pulled that SUV because of carpool lane violation. And what it means is that you're on your left side, that where that van is going, it's a carpool lane. That means it need to have at least 2 people or more in order for you to drive it. So if you're driving there by yourself, it's a violation. See, you can see that sign, black and white sign over there. It says HOV, 2 or more person per vehicle. That means high occupancy vehicle. So this is kind of a thing in almost all the states, especially in commuter areas where they put these signs and make these laws. So what it does is it encourages you to share the vehicle to cut down on emissions, on gas and everything, pollution, traffic.
In 1 mile, keep right onto the I-270.
If I'm driving there alone and if I find a friend, we'll say, hey, if you'll carpool, you can use that lane. And since nobody else can drive it, we might be a little faster. So it's kind of that, and it makes sense during the peak hours. It really makes sense. And you see those signs again, HOV lane. So that guy in SUV who got pulled over, he was driving alone, and the state trooper noticed that and stopped him, and now he's gonna get a ticket for whatever. Every county, every area has a different.
I-270.
$150, $200, who knows what. In some parts of California, they have a HOV3. Even in Virginia, in some highways, it's HOV3. So you have to have 3 people
Proceed
or
on this
more.
freeway for 3 miles.
Anyway, so this video really doesn't have any theme to it or anything. It's just me driving and talking about life in America in general, and stuff like this. So the highway systems are pretty good here. There is a term called freeway or highway, whatever you want to call, but the way it is different than Indian highways is that it doesn't usually have traffic lights. If it does, it usually starts warning like miles ahead and saying, okay, freeway ends in, or interstate ends in 3 miles or 2 miles, and traffic signal ahead. But like you can see, I'm driving and there is no traffic light, and I will continue driving like that for miles and miles, and there won't be any. This is the way. So you get on the highways by ramps, and you take the exit when you're getting off. So if I want to take exit 5, I will go to Falls Road, but I don't want to go to exit 5, at least that's what my understanding with this GPS at the moment is. But I'm going to Rockville, so that's where anyway, so driving here is scary for people. I can see that. For me, it was not. I was driving when I was
Stay on I-270 for 1 mile.
I don't know.
Then
I don't want to
turn
say
right
that, but I've been
at
driving for a
exit
long
6
time, even
B.
when I was in India. I've been driving for a really long time when I was in India. So when I came here, it wasn't that difficult at all for me. You will have a problem if you have never driven in India. And my dad used to say that if you can drive in India, you can drive anywhere in the world, and he was right. If you can deal with the traffic and all that traffic nonsense, You can drive here. You can see, it's like lanes going here. Nobody is bothering me. Yeah, of course, there is once in a while you will have an idiot who will, put his car in front of my car, because this is my space. This space is for me to keep a safe distance from the car ahead of me. This is not for you to get in. But a lot of people are not smart, or not careful, or not paying attention, and they will stuck their car in between, and that causes accidents, and that causes more problems for everyone. Exit 6B. Alright, so we're gonna take exit 6B.
In half a mile, keep right at exit 8.
Okay, exit 8. Alright. So, usually driving here is better. One thing I like
Now
about
keep
driving...
right at exit 8.
One thing I like about driving here is you don't have animals roaming around. You don't have bicycles. You don't have that many scooters or motorcycles. In fact, on highways you cannot, I think, bring a scooter. So there is a limit here that on highway you have to have like a vehicle about
Stay
200
on
cc.
270.
So if it is not over 200 cc, you cannot even drive here. On the highway you can have a small scooter or a moped kind of a thing if you are within a city, but you cannot drive it on highways like this. So you have to have fast cars or something which is fast. So
Stay on I-270.
that basically helps, because then it keeps the flow of traffic going at a faster rate. I mean, it is slow, but it is slow because of too much traffic. But it's not slow because somebody drove a moped in between, or a doodh wala dabba aa gaya, or tanga, or what I'm talking about. Rickshaw wala aa gaya. So it's comparatively easier. The difficult
Now
part
at the next exit, turn
is
right at exit 8. Then
I'm
next,
doing-
keep right towards Redland Road.
I'm really driving very slow. But
Now keep right. In a quarter of a mile, go straight on.
okay, I don't know where I'm going right now, but okay. So the one thing that scares people here from India is how fast the cars are
Now
driven.
go straight on.
So, like for example, driving here at 80 miles is very common. 80 miles is over 130 kilometers per hour. And on some highways, even though it will be said it's illegal because most of the highways are limited to 75 miles per hour, but
Proceed on this road
people
for
do
1
drive.
mile.
People do drive for at around 100 miles an hour. I'm not asking you to do that, and I'm not saying you should do that, but I've seen people doing that, and 100 miles will make it about 160 miles per hour or so, 160 kilometers per hour or so. So you can imagine how scary it will be. You drive in India, right? You imagine driving at 160 miles. So you might be driving on highway and some car will pass by at that speed. So it's scary for people, those who are not around cars that often, or those who have not driven for that long. They lose balance, or they start getting phobia, or coming on highways and everything. I knew a relative who was here in US, and she had this thing, like she will drive on roads like this for 10 miles instead of driving 2 miles, but that 2 miles meant driving on highway. So she will avoid highway and take longer routes, but you know, she will drive through back roads and all that. So that's the only thing. But you know, if you're staying in your lane, and as long as you are keeping your feet away from the brakes, you will be fine. Did I just say keep your feet away from brakes? Yes, I did. Actually, that's what you should do. If you're on a highway, try to control the speed without applying brakes. You may have to, you know, if there is a car that's stopping in front of you, but don't use brakes to control your speed. I see people, they go above 70 and they start going above that, and then they apply brake, bring it down to 65. Then they will start going, you know, start increasing their speed, and then they will go over 70, and then they will brake and they will stop. You know, you'll see the brake lights coming back. I don't even touch brakes.
Turn right.
I don't touch brakes unless I have to. And the proof of that is because my brake pads last really, really long, because you know, I control my speed by my driving. I control my car speed by the way I drive, not by brakes. And that's the way you should be doing it. I mean, anyone should be doing it, especially on the highway. So we have to turn right from here. Let's see. It says I'm 1 mile away from my destination.
Now turn right.
Man, I really hope so, because I really want to get away from, you know, it's going to be a long day for me. And I'm in a different county, and one thing I don't like about this county is I really hope I get away early, you know, because it's been a long day. It's a different county and all this. This county is known for having speed cameras and traffic light cameras and all that. So if you're not paying any attention, it's gonna take a picture of your car and you will get it in mail with a big fat ticket. So you know, it's not gonna be good. So I'm hoping I stay alert and careful. Alright, we can turn right now.
This road for 1 mile.
See, this is okay. Now the difficult part will be going back home. I will have to drive to another place and then take a road drive back to my home from there. And I think if I find the right road, it is a scenic drive. I like that drive. And I might show you some countryside of Maryland, you know. And this is one thing I like about Maryland is it's not this road. This road is, you know, I like the roads, the back roads, where you have trees on both sides, and it's like one single lane traffic on each side. You know, that kind of roads I like, which are called the back roads. So in California, you don't really have that many of those roads unless you're climbing a mountain.
In a quarter of a mile, you will arrive at the destination.
Anyway, guys,
on the right-hand side of the road.
I'll see you back later. Hopefully, once I'll find a way back to home, and that way you will see that road I was talking about. Peace.